Welcome to Module 9 of CCSW 6368, Social Work with Organizations and Communities. Community organizing is a process by which citizens in their local neighborhoods articulate issues, form community organizations, and identify targets of injustice. Community organizations carry out strategies and tactics to bring targets to the bargaining table and to jointly develop solutions to community problems to make neighborhoods safe and humane social environments for the long haul. In my years as a Christian community developer, I did a lot of community organization work, and it's fascinating work. You'll discover some as you read or as you watch the video in the module, A Faith-Based Organizing Story. So in this module, you'll define community organizing, understand the purposes of community organizing, you'll situate current community organizing practices in their historical context. You'll learn how to practice community organizing, and you'll clarify how one becomes a community organizer. To complete this module, you'll read Brueggemann Chapter 9, Gordon Perkins Chapter 9. You watch a video about Christian community organizing, as I discussed earlier. You complete exercise 9.2, share your thoughts with your classmates and me via the discussion board, and you'll complete the module's 10-minute, 10-question Quizlet. Church planting and community organization have much in common. Both take people from the larger community and they build a team of leaders that can improve the quality of life for many. So in this discussion, let's talk about what are the similarities. Are there differences? Specifically, discuss tactics, means, and ends for both community organizing and for organizing a Christian church community. I found myself in the midst of doing community organizing when I first returned to New Orleans, thinking I was going to be working with youth, and discovering that my community had a specific issue that needed to be addressed. The people in power had made a decision to close a street, and the neighbors were up in arms about it but felt powerless to do anything. So in my naivete, I approached the city council person and asked her not to do what they were setting about to do, and she laughed at me. At that point, we began organizing neighbors to go down to the city council and begin protesting this issue. And along the way, we developed a whole head of steam when other neighborhoods joined us, and other politicians who were not from the neighborhood realized that something was going on that was untoward and wasn't copacetic. The other politicians, the other city council people got a little angry at our city council person, and the project was shut down, and the street, by the way, is still open. Now, the ramification of that was that the city council person went around telling everybody that I was the one who kept them from getting a grocery store, because by shutting down the street and closing it off, a large grocery store could have been built. However, quickly thereafter, we got a very small grocery store that fit within the existing footprint. All that to say that when you take your minimal skills, do a lot of praying, and bring people to the halls of power, getting them to say what they want to say and to stand up for themselves, great things begin to happen. Out of that, my neighborhood became much more organized, and crime began to go down as we took this organization on this small level and began doing it on a bigger level. Nowadays, people talk about the Holly Grove miracle that took place in my neighborhood, but it all began with that one moment of community organization. You'll find yourself as a social worker at some point doing some kind of community organization. This week's lesson is going to be very important. Look forward to hearing what you write and to seeing what you come up with. Best of luck to you. Use your critical thinking skills, and let's see what comes out of this. Shalom, and I'll see you next week for Module 10.